Good morning, students. Once again, I'm giving you one video lecture of fundamental rights in the Indian Constitution. It is very important topic, and that is why along with that PPT, I'm giving you this video lecture as a supplementary, okay, in order to understand, make your understanding more clear of this topic, since this topic is one of the most important topics of Indian politics, especially if at 11th standard. If you understand fundamental rights, it is going to help you forever in your life. So understand the concepts very clearly right from the beginning, okay. And fundamental rights, of course, they play very important role in making of the Indian Constitution. And Indian Constitution spirit lies in the fundamental rights, okay. So we will discuss it in detail, and at the last I'll give you assignment questions also, which you are all supposed to do. If you want to make notes, you can make notes also, but assignments are most important. Understood? If you have any doubt, then you can ask me. Okay, let's start. As you know that we have borrowed many things in our constitution from the constitution of different countries. And if we talk about fundamental rights, then we have taken it from United States of America. Fundamental rights especially are taken from American constitution, along with it is judicial review. So both these concepts we have taken from America. Now, there are six fundamental rights: right to equality, right to freedom, the right to freedom from exploitation, the right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, and the right to constitutional remedies. All six rights are very important and should be on your tips. Okay, we begin it with the right to equality from article number 14, and it ends on article 32, right to constitutional remedies. So it has many subparticles, subarticles, and that you have to understand in order to make your understanding much more better. So right to equality, first of all, it is article 14, right to equality. What it says: equality before law. Here equality before law stands for that everybody is equal in the eyes of law, irrespective of your caste, color, gender, place of birth, your religion, whichever walk of of life you come from, you're all equal in the eyes of law. Social equality and equal access to public areas means, again, which irrespective of your differences, you all have equal access to the public property, like public parks, government colleges, government schools. They will not consider your differences on any ground. You're all equal, okay. Equality in matters of public employment, this is again very important to understand. Article 16, once it says that everybody is equal in the case of public employment, there's of course certain entrance exam is there, then merit cutoff is there, but what is objectionable here is the matter of reservation. Then why government is giving reservation? That is again in its subparts, that government can do certain things for the upliftment of the weaker and the poorer section of society, okay. That includes the reservation, that government has this authority. We have this fundamental right that everybody should be treated equally in terms of public employment, but the government on its part also enjoys this right, that it can work for the upliftment of the weaker section. Then is Article 19. Article 19 says freedom of speech and expression, freedom to form association, freedom of assembly, residence, movement, and practice any profession. So this Article 19 again has its subparts. Article 19 A, B, C, D, E, and F. Okay, right to freedom of speech and expression. Now, what it is? We have often, questioned this, that press makes so much of news. Why they have this right? So press means media as such has no right, that there's right to press, right to media. No, it's not explicitly mentioned in Indian Constitution. It is, they derive this power to express themselves from this particular article of freedom of speech and expression, okay. So if there is a again when you, one mark question, that is there any right to press, then you say no, there's no right to press, but yes, there is right to freedom of speech and expression. You can form associations like trade association, you can get make assembly, yes, of course you can make assembly, but again there are certain restrictions in the enjoyment of the of article 19, because such an important article. What it says, that reasonable restrictions means they have put it under certain brackets, that this is the upper limit and this is the lower limit. If you go outside this limit, then you are not supposed to cross this bracket. On what grounds? That bracket consists of sovereignty and integrity of India, security of state, friendly relations with foreign countries, public order, decency, morality, contempt of court, defamation, and incitement to an offense. If you do anything out of this, that means you are violating, you are moving out of your comfort zone of Article 19. You're not supposed to do anything which consists of which spoils the relation with other countries, which forms the contempt of court. You cannot enjoy freedom of right speech and expression to such an extent. Okay. Article 20, another very important right, which says the article right to life. What its subparts is: no ex post facto law, no double jeopardy, no self crimination. What it says is no ex post facto means if you have done any crime at present and if there no law exists for that particular offense, then you cannot be punished for that. Understood? Means any law which is made in 2020 which was not there previously. So anybody cannot be convicted for that crime which he has committed in 2018. Okay. At present, if there is any law which says that your act is offensive and it is you are a criminal, only then it is applicable. No double jeopardy. For a single crime, you cannot be punished twice. Okay. And no self incrimination. No authority can force you to to give your answer against you. Means you cannot become an eyewitness against your own self. No, they cannot pressurize you to submit your answer, submit your statement, making yourself a criminal. Okay. There has to be some other witness which confess that yes, you are a criminal. You cannot be pressurized to confess that you yourself is a criminal. Okay. 21st, a right to life. That was, now this is a right to life and personal liberty. These two important rights, 20 and 21. All the fundamental rights get suspended during emergency, but these two rights, Article 20 and Article 21, right to life and right to personal liberty, do not get suspended even during emergency. Okay. So what it says, it deals with important cases. Yes, these are the important cases that you have certain right to privacy, personal liberty. Nobody can do the phone tapping. You enjoy this euthanasia and all. So right to, again, few new amendments are there. Article 21, which is right to education, which is added by 86 Constitutional Amendment Act 2002, which says that compulsory elementary education is to be given to the age group of 6 to 14 years. Means till first to 8th class all the students should get the elementary education. Okay. And Article 22, protection against arrest and detention, which means that if you are being convicted for an offense, then you have all the right to approach to an advocate. Okay. You have all this fundamental right to get legal services for you. Okay. And secondly, you have to be produced before a magistrate within 24 hours of your police custody. And for further enhancement of your police custody, the magistrate has to authorize it. You, police cannot detain you forever. You have to be produced physically in a court of law before a magistrate, and with the sanction of the magistrate, that 24 hours limit is being exceeded. Okay. So this right you enjoy fundamentally, that you have you can ask the police that you want a lawyer. Okay. Now its subparts are a right to education, I have explained. Now a right to good health. Health means good body, good mind, good spirit. It all encompasses of Article 21 itself, that right to protection of life and personal liberty, right to shelter, right to good environment, right to privacy. These are all added and hidden in Article 21 itself, that you have this right of good and clean environment, you have this right of decent shelter, you have this right of privacy. You, nobody can do the phone tapping, nobody can spy on you, nobody can misuse your photographs. So right against exploitation, this is again important, Article 23, 24. Against exploitation means the prohibition of trafficking in human beings. Nobody can make you slaves, nobody can sell and purchase a human being. Okay. Prohibition of forced labor. You cannot be a bounded labor, which was a practice during the medieval period or in the during the British period. Now you cannot be a forced labor. You, nobody can force you to become his or her labor generation to generation. Okay. So this has been banned by the government of India, by the constitution itself. If anybody do such practice, then you can directly approach to the Supreme Court of India. since you have this fundamental right of not becoming a a forced labor anywhere. Okay, and nobody can do this human trafficking. It is highly illegal. Prohibition of employment of children in factories. This is Article 24. Children under the age of 18 years cannot be employed in any hazardous employment, for example, in any factories, in any tobacco plants, in anywhere which is uh, exploitation of their age, exploitation of their life. So this is highly prohibited. You cannot employ any child under 18 years. Right to freedom of religion, Article 25 to 28. It is important in terms of keeping in mind the secular concept of our nation, the secular fabric, that also I will explain what it contains. We need to understand it point by point, Article 25 to Article 28. It is highly important presently because we blame that presently all the religions are not treated equally, but what this article says that all the religions are equal. Yes, the objective of this right is to sustain the principle of secularism in India. What was secularism? I have explained it, that there's no religion of the government of India. For government, all the religions are equal. Okay, so that is secularism. Now Article 25 says the freedom of conscience, free profession, free practice, and free propagation of religion. Conscience means you yourself can do any, you can believe any god, you can call him with any name, Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai, any religion you can adopt, you can profess it, you can practice it, and you can propagate it. Okay, so Article 26, freedom to manage religious affairs, freedom as to payment of taxes. You are being exempted from the taxes if you are promoting your religion. Freedom of as to attendance at religious instructions or religious worship in certain educational institutions, which means that again that you are free to give your religious teachings, but it should not be sponsored by the government of India. The only point here is this. You have this again, Article 25, profess, practice, and propagate means you yourself can practice it, you can propagate means you can make a chain of it, you can influence other people also by dictating your good teachings of your religion. Now, Article 32, it is also called the soul of Indian Constitution, as said by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, right to constitutional remedies. It means that if anyone violates your fundamental right, then again it is your fundamental right to directly approach to the apex court. Which is that apex court? The Supreme Court of India. You need not to file a petition into the district courts or high courts. You can directly go to the Supreme Court of India, the Honorable Supreme Court of India. Okay, it gives you a open-handed welcome in case anyone violates your fundamental rights. Okay, so this encompasses your Article 32. Okay, students, from my side, I have tried to explain you fundamental rights, make a good understanding of it. And if you have any doubt, Bache, you can message me, you can contact me. And I have also given PPT in the previous assignment. Go through this and go through that PPT also, and at the end I'll be forwarding you few assignment questions which you're all supposed to do, and focus these fundamental rights. These are going to help you forever. Okay, don't cram it. It is not about cramming. No rote cramming will help. It is only about understanding. So